Well, we've got Prince Harry's memoirs called Spare, because apparently he discovered once marrying Meghan that he was not the heir to the throne and didn't have a job other than being the spare in case something happened to William and his kids. That's literally how the royal family works, folks. But he's written his memoirs. They're out next Tuesday. There's big interviews going out on Sunday, which we've already had some excerpts from. But now we've seen a leak of the book that's The Guardian has managed to get hold of. I'm sure this hasn't gone down very well with whoever had actually paid huge amounts of the serialisation of this book, if, of course, Prince Harry was willing to do that, given how much he hates everyone in the media. But in this extraordinary excerpt, Prince Harry claims that his brother William grabbed him by the collar and threw him to the floor in a heated argument about his wife, Meghan. This was in Harry and Meghan's London home in 2019 after they'd married. According to the book, Prince Harry says that Prince William, now Prince of Wales, of course, branded Meghan difficult, rude and abrasive, and that Harry told his brother that he was parroting the press narrative. A screaming and shouting match ensued, ending with a physical altercation, according to Prince Harry's version of events, and that Prince Harry said that William grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace and knocked me to the floor. The Duke of Sussex claims he was left with a visible injury to his back, later told his therapist, and then told his wife when he noticed the bruises and she noticed the bruises and the scratching. Well, let's talk about this with Charlie Ray. He's former royal editor of The Sun. Good morning to you, Charlie.
Good morning, Julia.
I have to say, when we remember these pictures of these two lads when they were young men, with Diana and then walking behind her funeral cortege so memorably, of course, something Prince Harry's also spoken about, how difficult that was, being made to do that. I think one of the things that we were buoyed by, no matter what your feelings about the royal family, that actually these were two boys who have a difficult life. They lost their mother at a young age, but they had each other. And they were the only two people who understood what it was like to go through being in that goldfish bowl, losing their mum, or the divorce and all of that, had each other. The rift between the two brothers is I think, whatever your feelings about the royal family, is deeply sad. This accusation from Prince Harry, though, this goes beyond sad. This is both pretty shocking and incredibly damaging for Prince William, our future king.
It is. And it is a red rag to a bull, to be perfectly honest. You know, we've now got some nitty-gritty. And congratulations to The Guardian. Those are words that I never thought I would ever utter, to be perfectly honest. And getting hold of a copy of Spare. I mean, every media organisation was after it. And it's interesting that The Guardian is one of the few newspapers that Harry and Meghan are not suing. Maybe that's just a coincidence.
Doesn't narrow it down much.
It does. I mean, it's an astonishing attack on the future king, and it's all equally astonishing that the future king stormed into Nottingham Cottage, piping hot, says Harry, and laid into him, accusing Meghan of being difficult, rude and abrasive. Now, those three accusations are not the first time we've heard those accusations from other people who have known Meghan and who are not members of the royal family. So we have to wait and see. Now, is the palace going to respond, or are they going to wait till the book is actually published on Tuesday, or are they going to carry on being ostriches and keep their head in the sand? I mean, this is upping the ante quite a bit now, these sort of allegations.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's fascinating. So Harry says that he told his brother, you can't understand, what it's like being the spare and how unhappy it is. William told him he was trying to help. Harry claims that he said, "Are you serious? Help me." Sorry, is that what you call this? Helping me? That comment apparently infuriated William, causing him to swear, stepping towards him. Harry said he was scared. He retreated to the kitchen. William followed. And then they basically, William called him another name, came at him. He said it happened so fast, so very fast. Now, what, did someone stumble? Was it just a heated row? Look, families have rows. Families have rifts. Brothers have rows. Probably not physical fights, most of them. Certainly not once they are grown adults, married, and I think some of them, with children at this point. Is it tenable for Buckingham Palace to just stay completely stum on this when this book is out and everyone's discussing this? Is it tenable for them to issue a recollections may vary style comment that the Queen had issued on her behalf after the claims on the Oprah Winfrey Show? I mean, that is about racism at the highest levels of the royal family. This is about a younger royal, the future king, physically assaulting his brother. Whatever the rights or wrongs or the truth of this, is it possible for them to not comment?
It is possible for them to not comment. I think that up until now, I think they've done the right thing and not say anything, because you're only going to fuel the fire. But the fire is now stoked up to a huge level. You can't pour any more problems onto that fire. And it may well be that they will respond at some stage. I'm not sure if it's going to be today. I suspect it would probably have to wait until after Tuesday, when the book is actually published. But I suspect that the palace moles and everything else that are going on round the palace will be rushing around and trying to work out what the best response will be. Clearly, the King and the Prince, obviously the Prince of Wales, will now realise what is being said in this book, if they didn't know already. And it's going to be quite hurtful to the royal family. Harry keeps on saying he wants his brother back, he wants his father back. Honestly, I don't understand. If you want that conciliation back again, why are you keeping on pouring buckets of load over?
And again, these things can happen, and if they did happen, and we don't know that, this can be. It's a wrong thing to have happened. Again, I could understand how something like that could happen, someone falling forward. I can see that there can be two sides to this version of events, I have to say. But I just want to ask you, as someone, you're a royal editor for, with all due respect, an awful lot of years. I mean, I can remember doing doorsteps with you back in the 90s when I first met you on damp doorsteps on Royal Stories when I was a news reporter. Your other former colleague, royal photographer Arthur Edwards. You've actually been in with the royal family a lot of occasions. Actually been in the same room and met with them. You know a lot of people who know them very well. Does this story tally with the Prince William, that you, to the extent that you've known him and know the people around him, that to the man that you know him to be?
Well, it's possible it could have happened. William has got a temper. We all know he has got a temper.
Hasn't everybody?
Absolutely. I'm not singling him out because he's not a saint. None of us are. And I can understand that he went round to see Harry to challenge him over these allegations. And remember, the only member of the royal family who has been subject to bullying allegations investigation was Meghan Markle. That bullying investigation was buried by the Queen because she didn't want to upset Meghan and Harry, which leads you to believe there may have been some substance to it. But William has got a bit of a temper, and I can see he's gone round there. He wants to sort it out because one of the things he wants to do as well is stop his brother continually banging on about the press and his lot. And of course, words are said, things get out of hand. You know what it's like, Joe. We've all had arguments with different people and everything else. You say one thing, you either bite your lips or you attack, and that's what's. And I don't mean physically attack, but maybe he pushed them over. It must have been a hell of a dog bowl, I have to say.
They apparently fell on. Indeed. Charlie Ray,
good dog bowl.
Great to talk to you, former royal editor of The Sun. Thank you very much.